Hi, my name is Aaron Duffy. I'm a director at First Avenue Machine. The Coke Zero series of films is an extremely exciting project for us. The center of the entire project is this idea of making it possible. If we actually make these things for real and the viewer sees them and just thinks, how did they do that? I know it's real, but that's amazing. Then we actually bring all of those communications together under the whole concept of making it possible. Every Coke Zero film begins with the liquid being drawn up through the straw, but as the camera pulls out wider, they're going to see that it's going to end up being something much more meaningful, something much more artistic. For the viewer, it's something that can be familiar to anyone. No matter what you do or no matter what your hobby is, this is a story that really anyone can understand and be involved with and feel the emotion of. While all the characters will be in this frozen static pose, the sets provide us with this opportunity for more dynamic change. For example, when our hero goalkeeper is having a penalty kick shot at him, the ball will launch the way a ball goes through the track of a pinball machine. And as it comes towards our hero, a giant brick wall will assemble. We want to show that our hero drummer has fallen in love to see a white balloon inside the straw structure of his chest. Projected on that white balloon is an animation of our hero's heart, beating faster and faster, and the balloon pops, filled with bits of colorful confetti. We can create beautiful and intriguing physical choreographies for the purposes of that communication. The straw, which starts as this sort of fundamental building block because it is something that's so familiar to viewers, ends up becoming the timeline for the entire film. And in the way that it creates this timeline, it creates the memory of this character. So this is them looking through the moments of their past, of how they made their dream possible. It's much more exciting to us to actually create something very whimsical, something that has a dynamism to it. And we realized very quickly that creating it in this way only worked from one perspective. And when we realized that, it was actually not a problem, but a big solution. While we start by designing the characters in the computer as a previs, this only helps us map out what we're going to be creating in real life with real physical forms, with real straws, things that you can actually see and touch. It allows us to separate the different moments of the story from each other because we can only see each character from one particular perspective. As we come around it, it actually creates something that moves in such an amazing way that's very captivating. It sort of leads into our feeling of how we make things possible and how it fits into the entire message of the campaign. While we're making the pieces for real, we wanted to make sure we were also paying a lot of attention to the familiarity of the objects we were using. So using a real straw and understanding that there's a very specific way that it's frosted, there's a very specific way that the bend works, there's a very specific way that liquid runs through it. Those are all things we wanted to make sure to capture. I work a lot with Bob Partington on a range of projects, but specifically on projects where we really want to make something happen for real.
I don't think anyone ever has come up with a way of doing what we've done here, of joining these straws as watertight, Coke tight, and it involves polypropylene plastic and heat. We've created essentially one giant straw with the potential to go to an infinite length. And with our method of joining these, our options are endless.
Thanks so much for giving us a chance to take you guys through these ideas and for watching the film. I think these will culminate in a series of amazing films at the same time that there's going to be an entire backstory that's going to be really exciting to watch of how this thing is actually made. To me, everything seems to work really perfectly together, and we can make sure that it's really an amazing, very strong series of films, and I'd love to do that.